We're live. Are we live?
I'm sure you.
Well, that definitely seems like we're live. So, what's going on, everybody? Going to a stream here, and it might actually be pretty long because as much as I was scanning through the comments in Rich's video earlier today, seems like he had a 2-hour response. So, everybody can, get in, make yourself some popcorn, grab yourself a snack. Yes, my hair will be wrapped because I have headphones on that I don't want to mess up my hair. It is what it is. So take yourself, 5 minutes, get situated and everything. Put something in the oven. I don't know what you got to do. We got waters on tap. We got drinks over here. Check out myself on the What Will podcast. You know where it is. Sundays, 5:45 p.m. Eastern, non-Shokyo time. Check out Broken Games HD. Myself, Jack Move Johnny, Kid Smooth. Where's Blandrew? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So I'm going to give you guys about 8 minutes to get on in here. Now we're going to start this. We are going to start this. Rare is live. Yep. That's true. Not really live too often. Gotta remember not to hit the page up, page down button. So I don't want to be messing anything up. Oop, oop. If you haven't watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I would highly recommend it. Very good. Everybody can hear me fine? Can we all hear me fine? It's the first thing we got to go through. Can you hear me fine? And can you see me fine? A Mac? We don't run Macs over here. We do not run Macs over here. We're all PC. I should put the chat on live. Oh, I can read it. It's a smart thing to do, Bond. The poll will be, is Rich being delusional? Let's put it right in here. One thing we could do, load up that good old Discord. Put the RTX thing lower. I feel if I put it lower, it picks up my fans of the windows too much, though. Voice is gear. I'm assuming that is clear. So, here is how this stream is going to go. And I definitely need some different kind of headphones because I don't like it scrunching up my hair up at the top or whatever. Most people have seen my video. You can watch Rich's video, but I'm going to play this and essentially just fast forward through my parts and go straight to his responses. Otherwise, we're going to be here like all day. And we don't want to be here all day. And let me tweet this out real quick, and then we will get started. Oh, also, be sure to check out Hard Eight's last stream. Oh, that thing was wild. Mocha was cooking. Mocha be sending dudes onto spiritual journeys. Onto spiritual journeys into the next dimension. Okay. Damn, nobody is saying no in this poll. How many people have voted? I don't even know. Can I enlarge this chat? Pop out chat. There we go. That's what I want. See you guys all in your chattiness. The acclaim have arrived. Yo, the craziest part about the acclaimed is Billy Gunn is 58 and is jacked. Straight jacked. But yeah, let's get this started. What is going on today? Different. Check out my
the AV community. People didn't want to talk about him because they knew he was. No one knew who Quantum TV was. He was just like a thorn in up everyone's ass.
Can everybody hear Rich fine? Ones if you can hear Rich fine.
In the AV community, people didn't want to talk about him because they knew he was a psychopath. And then like I said, that his Elden Ring review made him trip into the commentary community, and he got his ass metaphorically blasted.
Ones if you can hear Rich fine, people. Two if he's not loud enough.
Had to make sure I said metaphorically.
Now, before we even get onto this, I know Quantum TV is like some kind of clown, but at this point, aren't we beating a dead horse, people? We're just beating a dead horse.
And he didn't know. I've known Black Bond for a very long time, and I'll keep it real. I got to give credit where credit's due. Black Bond kind of talked me into not giving up on YouTube, because at the time I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm partnered with that guy with the glasses. And YouTube, it was like the 10th fucking time that they denied me. So I'm like, I'm going over there. I'll focus where I'm still having fun doing this, but now I can have fun and make money, so fuck YouTube. And he's like, dude, don't. He's like, that shit ain't going to last, and you'll regret that you go away from you. He was right about that. So I got some respect for Black Bond.
And I have respect for Rich. Look, just because we're having a disagreement here doesn't mean I hate Rich, doesn't mean I think he's a clown, doesn't mean, I dislike him or everything. We're friends on Facebook, we're friends on Steam. If Rich wanted to have a conversation on this and have an actual stream together, I'd be more than happy to do this as well. So, all the people in the chat that are throwing shots and everything, hey, that's you. And I'd like to say right now that I have no issues with Rich. I've never had any problems with Rich. This is simply a discussion that we both do not agree about.
It doesn't. So I'm interested to see what he has to say about this.
About women for check out any. So today's video responds to but let me.
There's content as a person who has opened up to people. I don't agree with that. As a person who has opened up to people, there's context to a Black Bond. It depends on how you open up.
See, and that's the problem right there. That's the biggest problem. The world wants to tell men that you need to open up, you need to express yourselves, you need to have emotions and vulnerability. But like Rich just said, but it depends how you do it. Nobody tells women it depends how you do it. So again, the way we as men have to express ourselves, we have to do it on the confines of how other people accept it, which means truly you can't really express yourself.
I'm probably going to insult some people here, but if you open up and say, "Look, I'm going through something and I need some help, and I've been depressed," I don't think you, as a man, you'll be disrespectful for that.
Really, because you've done it plenty of times and people have insulted you. There have been plenty of times when men have opened up to women. I guarantee every man has had a situation in their life where they opened up and boom, that was a wrap for the relationship. They opened Pandora's box and they could never put it away. If y'all know what I'm talking about, hit ones in the chat. I'm not saying every situation has been like this, but I guarantee everybody has gone through this situation where you opened up, you expressed yourself, and that was it. Hit ones in the chat if you know what I'm talking about.
If you're crying on the floor in your underwear holding on to like a Pokemon plushie, yeah, that's going to be looked at differently. I don't know, man. I know where he's going with this, but let's continue. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe he'll say something where he Smithers and Colt have
Oh, yeah.
Stanley Kendall.
I mean, look at his chat. I'm sorry, Rich. Black Bond has major issues that I don't agree with. They were right at the start of the video, so I don't know what he's talking about.
That, along with seeing while he was completely naked, telling someone that he wanted to fart in their face.
Clowned for it. I have reaction, opinion.
Twitter before isn't that. Now, at the same time, too, Black Bond, I'm not saying that there isn't that thing where men, and I said this on Twitter before I even saw this video. Like, yeah, men, I think it's something within men, too, that they feel like they have to toughen up. And
yeah, because we get canceled and clowned, Rich. Nobody cancels women for expressing themselves. Men get canceled for expressing themselves.
Just take it, and they don't need to go to therapy. And there is some kind of expectation from society, but it's okay to get help. The thing is that Jordan Peterson,
Jordan Peterson has told people to clean your room and go get help. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't really watch the guy.
That's not even my issue with Jordan Peterson. But he'll say that these guys who he is talking about incels, that's the question that was asked by Piers Morgan. And he started crying, sounding even more like Kermit the Frog and calling them marginalized. Cool.
I mean, Rich, 1/3 of men aren't active from 18 to 30. 1/3 of men either are not active or haven't been active in a year. Facts are facts.
Fine, but what about the other marginalized communities?
See, and there's the All Lives Matter.
Like Elliot Page, she was just talking about her fucking movie on Twitter, and then you go and say...
See, that was one of my points. They're talking about one group of people, and he's saying, what about all the other people? That's no different than, when people were protesting and people were saying, oh, what about the other people? Sorry, Rich, that's what it is.
Remember when, pride was a sin and criminal breasts and whatever else weird shit you said? That's what I have a problem with.
Rich, nobody's talking about that, man. It's not even a topic of discussion. They're talking about apples here. And you're saying, how come they're not talking about oranges? Doesn't make sense.
Be for all the marginalized.
See? All. It's the all lives matter. That's what it is. It's exactly what Rich is doing.
Want to help out the incels who think they have.
Let's be real. You could say that about anything. People that help women, you can say, why aren't you helping men? People that are helping adults, you can say, why aren't they helping children? People that are helping the environment, you can say, why aren't they helping recreational sports? People that are helping recreational sports, you can say, why aren't they helping academics? Why can't people be in any specialized fields, Rich? Why does everybody have to be universal? Okay, you make YouTube videos about games and reviews. Why don't you make videos about sports? Doesn't make sense.
Have a right to pussy, go ahead and help them. But also help out other marginalized communities too. And don't talk shit about them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I have absolutely don't. Because I've never heard you talk about black people. And I'm not going to jump down your throat about it. I've never heard you speak about black people. About civil rights or the past, the present, our issues, our problems, things in our community, things that we could be helped with. I've never heard you talk about any of them, but I wouldn't jump down your throat about that. I just find that would be weird. Or vulnerability is saying what you mean, despite if others won't agree. But unfortunately,
men need to like hold their feelings. You're saying black here. Like, I get it, and I understand what you're saying, Black Bomb. There still is that societal standard where men need to, like, hold their feelings in.
Yeah, and if they don't, they get canceled. We've already seen this. You will get canceled. You will get clowned.
I agree, but that's not my problem with him. That's not the problem.
The problem is he's talking about apples, but you want to talk about apples and oranges. In this whole situation, Rich, purple people.
Go with... No. What tree people?
Or orange people.
Who the hell's telling what tree people?
It's called an analogy, Rich.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, Megatron, yes.
Come on. Is that where you're going with this, dude? And yeah, Classy, I saw what you're saying before. I referred to Elliot Page as her, and I didn't mean to. Yeah, then that's the stuff that goes too far. Like, someone would say, oh my God, Rich is, That's not dead naming? Okay. Okay.
Or, I don't know, Black Desk or Brown Desk or Nintendo or PlayStation or whatever the topic is. You're saying, why are you talking about Group A instead of why aren't you talking about Group B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L?
No.
No, that's exactly what you said. You said my problem is not with him talking about one group, it's how come he's not also talking about another group. That's exactly what you said, Rich.
It's not true.
Oh, yes, it is. You were right on camera saying it.
My point was, Black Bond, is that he just caters to the
one group and not another group. To apples when you want him to talk about apples and oranges. That's the point. That's what I was saying.
Literally, the fucking question was asked right there. He's not even talking like he's like the incel community. He's not even talking about men who can't express their.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because he's been helping men. The only reason the whole incel thing is a topic is because Olivia Wilde coined that. Jordan Peterson never says, I go out there to help incel men. He says he goes out there to help and talk to men. Men. He has never used that term.
Their feelings. And that was literally the question that was asked. And don't make it like I'm talking about like people who want to like identify as a horse. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the LGBTQ community, period.
No, here's a funny thing. Are there not men in the LGBTQ community? Last I checked, there were, Rich. Last I checked, there were, Rich.
Don't go into the whole that he should go after the people that want to dress up like Nicolas Cage and have a cucumber up their ass. Then no, like dude, you're that's just being ignorant at this point.
Oh, I'm pretty much calling it like I'm seeing it, Rich.
You know, he's talking about being shut down for the manosphere drivel. That's what he means when he's saying their true feelings. What the fuck is manosphere? That's a thing?
Whatever. You know that
he attacks. That's wrong.
Another group of people are saying, but what about us?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's right. That's exactly what you just said. What about this group of people? That's literally what you just said, Rich.
They're marginalized, and then he attacks the other group.
You know, it's funny because men get attacked too, but nobody cares. Right? Nobody cares.
Totally, no, that's not it. And the all lives matter shit is actually is a very thinly veiled racist comment.
No, it's not racist. It's just an analogy that you can't accept one group being talked about. You want all groups being talked about, which just isn't reasonable.
Because the reason why Black Lives Matter is a thing is because there's been systematic racism in this country since its inception.
When does, being marginalized matter, whether it's then or now? I mean, if it's happening now, it's happening now. Even if it didn't happen in the past, it's happening now.
Really, Black Bond? I have to disagree with my fiance. Cheated on me after I asked for help. But trust me, I don't like Jake, but he's not wrong about men being looked down upon. Dude, I hate to say it, then she's just a shitty person.
So that's not a good comment because then you're saying the majority of them are shitty people. That's what you're saying. And they're not shitty for looking down on men. It's just we're pointing out a reality. It's just a reality.
Like, if you're in a long-term relationship, people don't just leave because you need help. Everyone has at one point needed help. Yeah, it's generally, but just not to be mean, but it sounds. Someone said in the comments too. It sounds like your fiance was a piece of shit. And I'm not being mean. It just sounds like she was looking for an out and it was looking for an excuse because it was already kind of crumbling.
So what about everybody else? And talk about
did his thing. I agree. And if he did his thing and didn't attack other groups, cool.
Why are we still on this attacking other groups thing? This video right here is not about him attacking other groups. You are not staying on topic. Your complete argument in this situation is, where are the moderators here? Where are the moderators? Anyway, the point is, you're completely deflecting from the point of the video in all facets. You're upset about a prior situation when that situation isn't even a topic at hand, Rich.
But he does. Like, it's that simple. I'm not saying he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Apparently not, because you got people crying and complaining that he was crying. So apparently he can't. You got Twitter that got rid of him. So apparently he can't.
But don't sit there and say, "Oh, look at this marginalized group," while I attack these other marginalized groups and get suspended on Twitter for it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Go watch Dave Chappelle and tell me what group has more power.
That's what my problem with him is, Black Bond.
Nobody cares that you have a personal problem or a vendetta with this guy. It's not the topic at hand. Your personal vendetta is irrelevant. Whatever it is. We're talking about the topic and the conversation. If you don't like the guy, cool. It's not the topic of discussion. Oh, crap. Trouble. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers and things of that nature.
Incel.
I think calling people the I word is a load of BS, in my opinion. Because nobody chooses to be that. No.
That's literally what the fucking word means. You don't choose, so that means you're involuntarily celibate. Okay.
Yeah, Rich, nobody chooses to be that. You're right. Thank you for knowing what it means, at least. He wants society.
Because I'm not people that are, dude, I've met them.
I mean,
Because people that are, dude, I've met them, they're like creepy dorks.
there's creepy dorks of all genders and communities and groups. What's your point?
I'm not talking about guys who maybe are in a bad marriage and struggling and living paycheck to paycheck. I'm talking about
But those guys are marginalized. That's the point.
the dudes who smell like Doritos and taint. Who think like Steven Crowder is the definition of a real man.
Dude's got a family and a wife. Love him or hate him, dude's got a family and a wife. And that's what kills me. The people y'all be hating on have a family and a wife. Just saying. Got a home too.
Because he wears a gunless gun holster while doing his podcast.
Look, I love his comment section. They're making fun of me. They don't even know anything about me. They're calling me a moron. And yet, no points have been made or disproven yet. So, I don't even know what's going on with his little fan base. Bro, this chat is out of control. The whole chat has been taken over. Look, when we get down to it, if
Do
in a matter of days,
what does this have to do with Jordan Peterson being transphobic and homophobic?
what does that have to do with the topic of marginalized men? That's what we're talking about. You are talking about a completely different subject. You are integrating your own personal feelings about somebody into another subject. This is like, I don't know, the Giants and the Cowboys having an argument over who's better, and an Eagles fan getting in the way. Like, no, they're talking about Eagles and Giants, dog. Have your conversation another day.
On multiple occasions. What does this have to do with that? Why are we even here?
Question: why are we here? They're talking about one conversation, and you're having a completely different hate conversation because you don't like this guy.
It's like me wanting to have a debate about Medicare for all, and then you open up a fucking recipe on how to cook a steak. What, like,
That's what you're doing. They're talking about Medicare, and you're talking about a steak. Has nothing to do with either.
why this doesn't even make sense? An incel also means you go out of your way to gain the affection of women. Yes, like you like tip your fedora instead of washing your. You spend more time on your fedora than washing your taint.
Thank you for the $2.
Yeah, washboard abs. Word, because they don't choose to be that do not have sex. You were involuntarily. I'm gonna still give them a chance. We're only 5 minutes in. It's pretty much a 30-minute video. Let's not be able to express themselves. Maybe there's something here. I agree with like what he said about men not being able to express themselves, but he like.
No, that's the point. That's the point. You are literally not letting this man express himself because you got some kind of vendetta against him, Rich. You're proving my point. That everybody or a lot of people in this world have such a vendetta against people that they don't even let them speak.
Totally missed the point. It's not that I'm saying like, okay, you want to represent that marginalized group, fine, but don't attack the other ones. That's my problem.
It's not the topic of discussion, Rich.
No, that's not true. Cancel culture is real, but taking accountability is for your actions what it really is. But what about, no, that's not true. What about the perfect example, and I will never let it go, and it only happened a few years ago, was the weather newscaster up in Rochester who slurred like two words together. It sounded like he said something racist, even though he really didn't. Go watch the video evidence, and his career was.
Look at this thing by DB King 119. The dude's got a family and kids. Like, what are these people talking about? No idea.
It's fucking destroyed. No, cancel culture is 110% real. If Jordan Peterson isn't an example of an incel, then I'm a buff bodybuilder with washboard abs. Well, he's married with a kid. He's not an incel, but he placates to that group.
Let's get this clear right quick. A square is a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't a square. Men are marginalized, but that doesn't mean all men are incels.
Oh my god, I need to be drunk to deal with. Black Bun's a pretty smart dude. I'm kind of surprised. Like dude, I don't care that he wants to represent that marginalized group. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You do care because you're having a video and a stream on it.
But don't attack other marginalized groups. Or represent them too. Are accused of being incels also. Well, like who gives a shit though, dude? People tell me that I don't get laid. Like that's not like. What do I need to do? Like have a flag up when I get laid and be like, "Hey, guess what I did today, guys?" You're a grown ass man. I'm sure you do get laid on stuff that is. It's like, dude, people say that about me. Like, oh, you keep a girl, you couldn't keep your girlfriend, or like, dude, you have no idea what's going on in the bedroom and any of your fucking business. I don't. But he's missing the point so far.
Period.
Black Bond. Out of nowhere. and remember when pride was a sin. What does this have to do with any of that?
Why are we still on the topic of that, Rich? It's not the topic of the video. It's agriculture, electricians, automotive,
The fuck does this?
carpenters, mechanists, drivers, truckers.
But what the fuck does this have to do, Black Bond?
It has to do with your everyday average rank and file man being marginalized, Rich. Yet despite men running every job that keeps the world going, the power plants, the electricians, the carpenters, the mechanists, the laborers, the painters, the roadside workers, the water, the power, the sewage, the utilities, that the everyday rank and file man doing these jobs, Rich, is marginalized, not respected.
What does this have to do with him attacking other marginalized groups on social media?
It has nothing to do with him talking to the Pierce guy or this video.
Yeah, Allah is still there for now. It's
Industry.
this wasn't even like in my realm of thinking. This had nothing.
Yeah, we noticed, Rich. We noticed. You went in there to hate on another man over the internet instead of actually talking about the topic and subject at hand. We know. We know.
Nothing to do with what we were talking about.
The entire world in the mind.
Plenty of people who work for like.
They're not.
No, I know plenty of people who work for like Metro North and who were plumbers and police officers. No, they are not looked down upon.
Police officers aren't looked down upon. Plumbers aren't looked down upon. Oh, okay, Rich. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I believe that one. Okay.
I'm sure it also depends on the personality too, Blackbot. I know people personally that are in many of those fields.
And yet, personal anecdotal experience is not statistical or worldwide or nationwide in this case.
I know people at Walmart that work at Walmart for minimum wage that get S tier pussy all the time. It does not matter.
Oh, you need to stop lying. Ain't nobody in Walmart in any major city getting S tier. Your definition of S tier is clearly different than other people's definition of S tier.
Helps in status. I mean, obviously, if you're like you're at Brad Pitt level, of course, but he's missing the point, man. It has nothing to do with men being more vulnerable than society allows them to be, makes them hide and not need where they should get mental health. Or mental health, mental health is shunned upon. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
And it does, because once again, you're ignoring the topic at hand, which goes to prove that you don't care about the topic at hand. They were having a discussion about the topic at hand, and yet you wanted to hate on another man, which means that the topic at hand wasn't important to you, Rich. Sorry, it is what it is. If the oranges were complaining and I said, you know what? Well, I don't care about the oranges. What about the apples? And the apples over here. That means the oh boy.
That had nothing to do with what I was talking about when I was watching Jordan Peterson's video. That's like Anita Sarkeesian shit. People that are in these fields that are like happily married.
How do you know they're happily married? Just out of curiosity, because earlier you said, how do you know what happens behind closed doors? So if you're going to say, how do you know what happens behind closed doors? How do you know what happens behind people's marriages? Just a point, just a point.
This is strange. Yeah, dude, money doesn't matter.
Really? Money doesn't matter when statistically women want to be with men that make 30% more than them. but money don't know. Okay, okay, okay. You can say that, but that's not true.
Money doesn't matter as much, I should say,
There you go. Okay, I'll accept that.
as people put it on. Bro, I'm autistic and antisocial, and I enjoy spending time with women in real life. I've even been flirted on a few times. These incels have no. I don't like. Yeah, like police officers aren't. Look, obviously with shit going on, but no, they're
There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Crap going on. They are crapped on.
respected still. Painters, I don't even.
Yeah, yeah. Who you know? Who you know dating a painter, Rich? Tell me. Who do you know?
This is a weird point he's trying to make. How much to watch Mind of Jamal? I want to get you get excited.
And big.
A grandparent.
I have no fucking words.
Washing machine.
I have no fucking words. Is he really? I'll let him finish, but is he really just telling women to get back to the kitchen?
No. I said it's easier to do the things that we want to do in the world because of modern appliances. I could literally be cooking right now, washing clothes, washing dishes, drying clothes, and drying dishes by using a dishwasher, a washing machine, a stove, an oven, a microwave, and a dryer all at the same time while streaming this very video. That's my point, Rich.
Oh no. Oh, I'm trying. You're losing the member for almost. I don't look down on people, man. Those motherfuckers get pension and benefits and.
Tons of jobs get pensions and benefits. Those jobs still get looked down upon by women. Plumbers, manual laborers. Oh, I can't date a guy that doesn't have a degree. Still get looked down upon, Rich.
People that work for Metro North, I give them all the respect in the world. It's a hard job, but then they,
Yeah, and it's a respectable job. But they don't get respect from the women.
it pays off in the end when you retire. He's not watched it yet. Picking them sandwiches. Like is he really saying that? Please.
We have everything, every appliance in the world. Get no
Respect. They were an engineer and bro, the people who were engineer and design things like the Roomba, you think they ain't getting respect? They probably.
Who made the Roomba, Rich? Tell me who made the Roomba, Rich. Can anybody in this chat tell me who made the Roomba? Exactly.
Own like 4 yachts. Red pill.
Speaking of respect, power. Run out of one could.
So these are more male-dominated jobs.
Yeah, and they don't get any respect from it, Rich.
This has nothing to do with my point about Jordan Peterson.
So at this point, we're just talking about two different things. I was actually on topic with the discussion at hand. And, we've gotten to this point where I don't even think this video needs to continue anymore. Because they were talking about a topic that I responded to, that I talked about. And Rich has such hatred for the man that he completely ignored the topic. And he's just saying, I'm going to hate on this guy. And I don't think it's healthy to hate on another person. I don't even think this needs to go any further. Because we're talking about two completely different things. I'm talking about the topic. This dude's talking about who he doesn't like. So we might only do 5 more minutes of this and be done because there's really not much else to talk about.
The question that Pierce Morgan asked, we watched the whole interview. He literally said incel. Those are the dudes that think that women are obligated to fuck them.
Nobody thinks they're obligated, Rich. They're just wondering why they don't get a good, fair chance. Average women get plenty of fair chances. Average men, no chance, as Vince McMahon would say.
On the radar about Doritos is kissing. He's talking about Black Bond. About this. That's his
Everything.
what?
The people's.
That's not true.
Your everyday rank and file man is completely disqualified by most women.
That's not true.
Rich, you are wild to say that's not true. 5'8" is the average height of a man, and the average woman will tell you 5'8" is short. Average, meaning the majority, meaning your everyday ranking file, would be considered too short. Yet when most women say they want a man 6 foot tall, that's what, 12% of men? And we haven't even gone into finances or anything when they want men in the earnings of top 20. If you want a man in the top 20 of earnings and the top 12% of height, then yes, your average man is invisible, which dating app data proves.
And even if that was true, that's not even what I was talking about. That's my point.
So this man, Rich, literally went on a live stream when two dudes were having a conversation. And he just paused and played and paused and played and paused and played, paused and played, just to hate on two guys having a conversation and not even partake in the actual discussion or topic at hand. Oh, wow. That's pretty wild.
I think it's pretty incredible. Garbage.
Male privilege. Let's go into this. Actual statistics based on the topic of marginalized people. Suicide rate.
Ready to be back in action?
Nope.
Boost recovery with proven quality sleep from Sleep Number.
Relaxing my shoulder. That was a dude he chewed on his
Work fatality.
sandwich, I think you mean.
Women to be victims of homicide.
Jeremy, tough day, pretty depressed, don't know why.
Oh, we'll play games.
So because
Game on. Psychologist here. FYI, more men are successful with suicide due to choosing more violent methods. Women attempt this more. This is misleading. The result is the result. I mean, it sucks that more people try, but when you actually do the job, it's a lot worse.
because the men are more aggressive, even though women may attempt suicide. Oh, goddamn headphones.
This man just get naked in front of me. Speaking of which,
What I was talking about with Jordan Peterson, it's just ridiculous.
yeah. 80% victims, 93% workplace fatalities, 76% homicide victims, 61% homeless victims. You're right. I won't disagree with that, Rich.
Watch Aspen Linus bought my computer.
Expect golf field deaths and accidents.
Be a male, white male privilege initially in.
84% women.
You do know Black Bond initially in the United States that, speaking of white male privilege, that you had to be, to vote, you had to be a male, white, and an owner of land.
Yeah, that was well beforehand, Rich, and women didn't want to vote because they didn't want to go into selective service. Fun fact, women get to vote now, still without having to enroll in selective service, while men do.
Taking this shit and totally putting it out of context, dude.
It's not out of context, they're talking about marginalized men. These are the stats.
Jeremy Clarkson said this about Pierce, that if he worked for CNN court, no, I didn't.
Almost 4 times. I'm going to have to go to the comments section at the end of this because there's just too much going on. But Noxious is right. Actually, no, we'll take a break and go to the comments section. Noxious is right. It is becoming top 5%. Jay Stone, I'm sorry, man, that you're 5'8". Noxious right again with the 6-figure mark. And then we got a whole bunch of people spamming the chat. As much.
But this isn't even what he caters to, though. So why?
Yeah, he does. Marginalized men. That's what the whole topic was, Rich.
Why are you talking about this?
Or we're calling men the I word. That.
Like, I don't know what to say, dude. What does this have to do? Again, with what I was talking about.
Bro, understand what you were talking about had nothing to do with the discussion at hand. That's what you're not getting. And I understand I have to keep telling you that because you're not live and I have to keep doing it, but whatever.
If he wants to speak for these people.
At third.
Yeah, this Black Bond, I'm trying.
The average height of.
It's true. Fine. Yes. Here's my example. It's true. Fine.
There you go. And that's the end of the video. Jordan Peterson is right. It's the end of the video. All the data, all the examples is true. This is the end of the video. The only issue is Rich is just upset at that man. That's all it is. These two men had a conversation over the internet. They said nothing wrong. They said nothing incorrect, but because Rich does not like an individual in the video, he decided he was going to personally attack him. Personally, if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not going to watch him. I'm not going to deal with him. Not going to care about him.
Even if she's not even that attractive. If she was just going there like, hi, I want a cock in me, 10 minutes. Not even. Even if she's not even that attractive. You could have a Greek fucking Adonis walk into a bar, and he would have to still put work in. It would probably take him still a couple hours.
Thank you for agreeing with the overall point, which is hilarious because your chat doesn't seem to get that.
That's just how the human species we work.
No, that's not how the human species worked. That's how the modern human species worked. With social media, clout chasing, Instagram, dating apps, etc. What's going on, DrewTube?
That's just it. Like, what does this have to do? All this shit's silly. All this shit, you could show charts all day.
See, it's silly. The plight of the average man, as Rich said, is silly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And that's why we have the discussion of the issue that Rich is complaining about, despite not caring about the issue.
I heard something about that. I haven't.
Most men find average women attractive. It is what it is. It's a nice.
I heard something about that. I haven't seen much more in it. Maybe we'll dive into that tonight. It's still early. Holy fuck.
They rate.
It is. But what does that have to do with Jordan Peterson attacking marginalized groups?
Your whole. I'm not even repeating it. It's not worth it.
What
Happy.
apes that just want to eat and
We'll zoom.
and that's not true, man.
Really? Really? Yo, chat. Type in ones if this is true. You get to eat, you get to sleep, you get peace, you don't get bothered, you do fun things with your lady. Sounds like a dream to me. Definitely does.
How to make a woman happy. Dude.
Funny part is we're gonna fast forward to the end later, and he's gonna get owned at this very part. So I'm gonna make a notation right here about what do we got? 1 hour 17:14. Ooh, can't even type right. Remember this time slot.
Because I sure as fuck ain't a mechanic or a plumber or an electrician. I could cook without lighting myself on fire. A master? Who need a master? Are you into BDSM here, Black?
I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you.
I'll go with that. Oh, this is... Oh, he's really bringing up, like, Facebook memes. Oh, come on.
Food, sleep, keeps marginalized.
You won here. Yeah, he would have a lot to say. 53. Never forget birthdays. Okay. And 49. Solid, secure relationship. So all men need to be a fucking bald billionaire with a penis-shaped spaceship? What are you talking about, dude?
I would say enough to live a life of leisure, in a sense. Like, not have to worry about your rent, your utilities, stuff like that, but also, obviously, a more desirable.
Yeah, like, and dude, so why are you going for women like this that are as deep as a puddle of piss?
Rich, this is your everyday rank and file woman. You're somehow under the belief that this is the exception. This is the rule. This is the rule today.
Like, even if you get a woman like this, do you think it's going to be a fulfilling relationship, Black Bond?
I don't think most men would like her, but I'm saying these are the requirements today. This is the rule.
Stop.
Our kids, of myself, of our older parents.
So stop looking to try to be ideal for a fucking gold digger.
Look, I'm not saying she's a gold digger. I'm saying she has out of control standards. You're saying she's a gold digger.
Like that's and search for a super chat, which I can't. I've screamed from the mountaintops a billion times. Oh, it's from previous. Okay, but I'm just saying to people. But if there's sometimes once in a while, apologize for your takes. This is the woman that you're looking for, and I'm not saying
No, this isn't the woman where people are looking for. This is the woman that is out there, Rich. That's the difference. That's why you see all these dudes going out and getting passports. Because they're trying to get away.
there's gorgeous women that also have a lot of depth to them too.
Of course, we know that. Those are rare. Hook me up.
You're looking for the wrong woman. Make a like the first.
To wherever, like there's to wherever, like there's no bar.
So, to be a
that is someone you swipe left on. Why would you try to appease? I'm not.
Rich, nobody's trying. That's the point. That's why marriage rates are in the gutter and nobody's in relationships these days.
Fuck the applause. Why would you try to? Why would you even? Is that the woman you're looking for, Black Bond? For a second.
Rich is clueless here. None of these girls are taken for a reason because they're looking for outlandish, crazy things. The point is the majority of women are represented of these things, Rich.
Not saying Black Bond looks like this guy, but it look like but they're not the quality that you want. Birds.
You're just repeating yourself now. We're fast forwarding.
Of human being or laboratory. What are you doing? With no substance to. It's not about super
20% of men. Oh. Look at him looking at that stat. Woo! Yeah, shrug your shoulders. That's a real number.
You're basing too much on the. It's not about the flex, man. You put too much on the flex.
Yeah, absorb that number.
I'm not, dude. I was getting blowjobs from with big titties in a forest.
Fast forward.
If there's a will, there's a fucking way.
Oh, that doesn't sound legal. If there's a will, there's a that doesn't sound legal to me. That does not sound legal. Where there's a will, there's a way. No. I don't co-sign that.
I'm simping for, because we're talking about PlayStation. Yes.
Some people are just driven to go.
I do not co-sign where there's a will, there's a way.
23, if I were to be dating a man right now, 80K is pretty good. 80 to 100K.
Top 20%, everybody.
Is what I'd be looking for.
So why are you using these women as the standard, as the bar?
Rich, these are young 22, 23-year-old women today. This is what they look for. Standards only rise as people get older. This is the standards at a young age. This is not what people are looking for, hence they're getting passports and leaving. This is not what they're looking for. This is what's available and here.
Why are you looking at gold diggers? Why? And thank you for becoming a member.
For it nowadays, but for an income, you know, to create a family and things of that nature, like at least 100,000 is acceptable.
Top 20.
Yes. You don't want these women. But he's
This guy needs to put a shirt on for real.
Yeah, why are they single too?
That's exactly what I said, Rich. That's exactly what I said.
Good point. They look like that. Why are that are like gorgeous women and they break up with them, and then you see all the like the fans of the like these younger dudes that are like wow, she's so hot. Why would you do that? I'm a big-breasted man. I'm a dick pic, and there's even 10% of times where they're sending the dick pic before they even say hello. Jordan Peterson was born with.
I wonder why. Okay, I guess he's taking a break. Good, we can fast forward.
I could talk about stories like that.
Oh, thank God he's got a shirt on.
And still get laid. Your anus. If I can talk about my bowel movements and personality, yes, it does, dude. I've known and thank you, Dylan Bacon, for gifting a membership. And what these dudes don't, I've known dudes that are good-looking guys, like can't get laid if they tried. Why? Because they're awkward as fuck. Thank you, solid Crusader. I'm thinking of a guy I know that works in retail.
Realistic.
Genetically designed to want to stick their dick in as many holes as possible to procreate. It's a look it up. It's a fact. So what? Who cares, dude?
Once again, proving my point. Who cares? Not many. And that's the point that people are making, Rich. And so forth.
Again, you really showed the gold. But, dude, first off, yeah, this is how the human species works.
No, this is not how the human species has worked over time, Rich. This is not. Before, you had to date people in your area, in your pool. You didn't have social media, the internet, web apps and things to be in New York and to fly out to LA, to be in LA to match with somebody in Texas, to be in America and go out to Dubai. Those things did not exist then, Rich.
That's it. Life sucks. Secondly, those women you were showing were not who you should be going for.
Rich, that's not the point. We understand that. The point is that is the everyday rank and file woman.
And I'm not talking like, oh, you need to step your expectations. Good looking.
You to the top.
Went after with Jordan Peterson. Why are you talking about all this?
Because the topic was about marginalized men. Because we're talking about the topic at hand. And I see a lot of legend of heroes in the comments section. Fans of the greatest RPG series of all time. I appreciate that. I don't even know where I'm at anymore.
Oh, it works, man. There's some dudes that I've seen that they look like sacks of
Some dudes, exceptions, not the rule. Continue.
fucking
The top 10 function.
like, for fuck's sake, man. I think most people in the top 10 would look for a partner that are also in the top 10% for the same reason rich normally have friends who are also rich due to society norms and standards. Not saying this applies to everyone.
That's false. A man in the top 10% can date anybody from the barista at Starbucks to a nurse or a doctor. He could date anybody from, I don't know, we'll just say a girl that's average to a girl that's exceptionally attractive. It's not true.
These numbers are being these numbers are being skewed. This is like fantasy.
Labor statistics are fantasy. Labor statistics are fantasy now, people. According to Rich, labor statistics are fantasy. Okay. Hypothetically, or any other
District, man. I know some people making 6 figures working as teachers. Depends on the district.
And we also know that teachers are criminally underpaid. Again, Rich, you keep bringing up exceptions to the rule. Doesn't
Age, and they're consenting. That's all that matters. Getting like, where are all these single, sexually frustrated, disrespected male teachers?
they're all everywhere because they don't make the money that is required to, actually enter the dating market. That's why you don't see female teachers dating male teachers, Rich. Just saying.
On what planet?
Planet Earth and not URTH or URF.
Evening sailor.
Talking about. This is where I do want you guys to listen to.
Now, Lori, look, feel my pain for a second. There are a lot of lonely men out here who are good guys. But women and this list, it's maddening.
Are they good creepy guys though?
See? Look at that. They're good guys, but Rich says, are they good, creepy guys? Like, oh my God. Dudes can't even get no breaks, even against other men. Rich is just proving the point of the subject matter over and over continuously.
Are they artificially good guys where it's too much? I've met
The hell's an artificially good guy? Is that like some Dr. Giraud experiment?
them. Who are the good guys? Like, you could have a 6-figure job and you could make a woman feel like she needs to dump bleach on herself after talking with you. If money is your foundation for if a woman is already talking about a salary from day one, even if you make that salary, don't date her.
Rich, once again, I agree with you, but those aren't the rules to the game. We're all playing the game. The game has rules. You can like the rules, hate the rules, disagree with the rules, but you cannot change the rules. When a woman dates a man, what is the first thing her family, her friends, and her parents ask? What does he do? That is the very first question. What does he do literally translates into how much does he make? Oh boy.
Thank you, AJ59. I love your video.
And let's talk about what creepy is. There's that meme on creepy, like the HR meme and everything. Creepy just means you're not attractive. That's all it means.
Videos, Rich, keep them coming. Thank you very much.
Not totally in love with, or I'm not telling anybody to settle for somebody that they're not totally in love with or physically attracted to or anything like that. The book is based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch.
Boom. Game, set, match, Rap City.
Because, again,
like I said, 80% of men are invisible, because if you get 80%, it's still not enough.
men will fuck anybody.
No, that's not what she said. She literally said if 8 out of 10 of your boxes are checked, is that enough? For men, yes, because the majority of women to men qualify. For women, no, because they're statistically literally right here only looking for the top 20 that check all 10 boxes, because up to 8 is not enough. This isn't rocket science, Rich. This is simple math.
It really is. That's what it comes down to. And that's just how the species is. Women are pickier. They get to choose. So what? Whoop-de-doo. Once upon a time, I had a neck beard in...
Whoop-de-doo. Like I said, nobody cares.
Okay. The God who I show before...
Do you realize how...
Chronic masturbator. Feeling that quantum's that, though. Oh. That's a... Like, did they... Now, you talk... Like, remake Horizon Zero Dawn.
He's just going off on Quantum TV and Horizon now. We're going to keep fast forwarding.
Yes, like brain. Show me your... Where are you at? I'm bored. Shit, I don't know.
And, that's...
Anyway, back to this.
What actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, you know, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers.
That would make for a good remake too, Black.
And
What
divorce
did they say?
lawyers.
What did they say? What did they say?
And, you know, the thing is, we're too picky about the things that don't matter at all for long-term romantic happiness, but we're not picky enough about the things that actually do matter.
Okay, so break that.
Yeah, because you're talking about like those broads he had on before.
No, she's talking about the average woman, Rich. She's not talking about those girls. That's what you don't get. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier. When those girls were asking for those super high demands, I was like, watch when we get to the end and how it correlates. This is the everyday rank and file average person, Rich. She is not talking about the exceptions. Those girls earlier were not the exceptions.
Like, yeah, money. They're due. Play the game on PC. On Sim. I don't know. G board one day. Look at G fans. They patch every 5 with the. Granted.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty.
Where's GTA patching it like to 20 FPS?
Too picky about here.
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date, and men named 3 things.
Men named 3 things. 3, Rich. Pay attention.
They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind, and she has to be interesting to talk to.
And that goes back to my list earlier, or the list earlier. Let's see. Where was it? Right here. Where there's only like 3 or 5 things that men are looking for. So she's right.
Be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind, and she has to be interesting to talk to.
Okay, they're not going to tell you what. All right, man. What is a requirement you have for women?
That's literally it. Respect me. Be nice to me. Be cute. The end. Am I lying here? That's literally all most men want. Respect me. Be nice to me. Do some things for me. And be somewhat attractive. That's it. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing out of the norm. The average dude isn't asking for a supermodel or a 10 or some famous actress. Like, Rich, you are deep.
Does she have a hole that she'll let me stick my dick in?
I don't even know why I need to say that. That's going too far.
Yes.
But that's standard on every woman. So that shouldn't even be a conversation. Because every woman has that, just like every man has what he has.
The one for me. Meanwhile, Xbox provides. But I know men want relationships too. I understand that. I've been in relationships. But I'm saying I'm exaggerating to make a point. Men are far less picky than women, and that's just how we're genetically designed. Because we are genetically designed to spread our
Criteria.
Ding, 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 ding.
Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding.
See? Yo. They got me agreeing with a bald man, people. That's how you know he telling the truth. They have me agreeing with a bald guy. This is the first... Ding, ding, ding. You heard him. This is the first time I'm agreeing with a bald dude. Oh, my goodness. They got me agreeing with this bald brother right here. Good Lord.
Pretty simple.
Right.
See? Pretty simple. My man is keeping it real. Even though he's bald. Simple. 3 to 5 things. It's all we need. It's all we want.
Okay, reasonable, right?
See, even the woman says reasonable, right?
The women came back with 300 things.
Did y'all hear that number? Let me rewind this.
Right, okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things.
300. 300. Okay. Okay. Like I said, 5 to 50. 3 to 300. Yep, Rich. You got to hold this L right here, man.
Stream I was talking about again.
Where were we at? Well, they'll never get a chance.
Yes, you can get a No Daddy on YouTube. Okay.
Back with 300 things. That would.
Okay.
300 things. It just says okay. Oh, okay. Just come. This is why people say that men are marginalized, and it's crazy that the standards and the delusion and just like I don't even know a word for it, but yet the burden of performance on the everyday rank and file average man is so through the roof, and yet you still want to sit up here and say that the average everyday rank and file man is not marginalized. Rich?
Bruno, because I'm hearing it may not be a remake. What fucking do? Ever that women are pickier than men. Whoop-de fucking do.
See, don't care. Doesn't care. Does not care. We're not talking about 3 things to 20 things, 3 things to 30 things, 3 things to 40. We're talking about 3 to 300. Okay, Rich. Okay, Rich. Okay, Rich.
But what does this have to do with him attacking again? Attacking!
Nothing, because that's not the subject, Rich. Stop deflecting.
This would be Dave.
And they wouldn't for a second free dinner. Rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like,
Yo, look at this dude. He is laughing his ass off because he knows this is ridiculous.
2 hours and maybe a free
Look at him.
And they wouldn't do it. And there were things
I don't know if it's just Jim Ryan making those decisions, but
for a brown belt.
Like homeboy got to put his hand up because he's like, this is just crazy.
Powers impression, and I just can't get that out of my mind, and I can't go out with him again.
Okay, here you go.
And you know,
what fucking women are you surveying?
See, Rich is in denial about how this is the everyday rank and file woman. He's in complete denial. He is in straight up denial. Oh, why would you go for a woman like that? Oh, all women aren't like him. Nobody said all was, and nobody. But this is what's out there, Rich. Why do you think shows like 90 Day Fiancé exist? Because this is what is here. Why do you think that this, I don't know what's going on, what do they call it, Passport Bros or something? That is why that's happening, Rich. Because this is the everyday rank and file woman that the everyday rank and file average man has to deal with. And unfortunately, average should be right here for both, but one side thinks they're here and puts the other average down here, which means we have a whole big gap in what is actually average. Women will tell you that 5 is an average. They'll tell you a man that is 7, 8 is average.
These women sound... I bet you all these women are still fucking single.
And you're right, because their standards are so incredibly high, Rich, and because 80% of men are invisible.
make your other point, and then I've got another quick one for you before I
was
lose
just
time.
going to say, Austin Powers guy could be the love of her life. If he does these impressions on the second date, okay, don't go on a third. But maybe he was just nervous. The guys who are bad first daters might be great life partners.
And that's the thing, you know, when people talk about creepy or Rich talks about creepy, dudes could be nervous, dudes could be, you know, tight, whatever. But dudes don't get the benefit of the doubt to make any kind of mistakes these days. None. And I caution all of you, when you're dating or whatever you're doing in life, you cannot afford to make a mistake. You better do it right the first time, because there's not gonna be a second time. But they'll never.
But a lot.
Yeah, you're tongue-tied. You're tongue-tied.
But it doesn't but then some of these dudes become fucking stalkers and creepy.
Why does he villainize every dude? Oh, they're creepy. Oh, they're dangerous. Oh, they're stalker. Like, this is another issue. Every dude that's not attractive, or every dude that's not dateable, or you know, people can also date and just not have the chemistry. It can, you know, both go their separate ways. But Rich is automatically labeling every guy that doesn't work out in a situation with a woman as creepy, stalkerish, weird, dangerous, and that's the issue. And that's why a lot of dudes don't want to approach women these days, or don't want to date these days, and are unfortunately in this incel community involuntarily these days, because if they do put themselves out there, they get labeled exactly how Rich is labeling them. Creepy, stalkerish, dangerous. I believe there was actually a study. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, June 15th. I'm going to show you right here. I'll show it to you right here. Majority of men fear being deemed creepy. According to new research, the majority of American 69%. Holy crap. The majority of American men, 70%, say fear of being labeled creepy impacts on how they interact with women. And like you just heard Rich say, oh, what happens if they were creepy? Dudes are literally saying, I'm checking out of the game because, God forbid, this girl just simply doesn't like me, or we're not compatible, that I will get labeled as a dangerous, stalking creep. And you, yourself, without even knowing that stat or that information just came out over the summer, literally did the same thing. And that is exactly what these guys are having this conversation about, saying that men are marginalized in America. They can't win. Hence, they're not playing the game. When 70% of men are afraid to approach a woman because they don't want to be labeled as a stalkerish creep and dangerous, as you, a man, has stated, not even a woman, but a man. Why do you think there's this big community of involuntary celibate men? Because they would rather not be labeled as a dangerous stalking creep, because that can ruin your life. If a woman calls you any of these things, you can lose your job, you can lose your livelihood, you can be fired, you can be kicked off a campus, you can be canceled, Rich. That's the whole point. And I'm glad you made that point, and I'm glad it made it full circle, because right there and then you proved exactly why these two dudes having that conversation was entirely relevant.
And yeah, it sucks. The way our species is rigged.
It is rigged. But you know what? When women are creepy, when women are aggressive or stalkerish, they don't get canceled. they don't get repercussions. In fact, when that happens, when women get aggressive and stalkerish, what happens? Women will start shaming you, saying, "Do you even like women? Oh, you must like men." That's what happens. So it's a lose-lose situation. And it's not fair.
But Black Bond, even though I wasn't even referring to any of this shit in my live stream, I was talking.
We know you were hating on another man over the internet. We know, Rich. Fast forward.
If they're remaking her,
dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of first dates, and what do they got to show for it?
Because they're probably fucking weirdos.
See right there. You are a weirdo as a man, labeled by a... No offense, Rich, but the fact that a half-naked, bald, obese man can call men struggling at dating weird says all that anybody needs to know about this situation. You're weird if you're not 6 foot. You're weird if you don't make 6 figures. You're weird if you're not jacked. You're weird if you don't get a lot of women. You're weird if you have a bad dating experience. You're weird if she doesn't like you. We always say, why do we judge men by the women that they can get? We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't judge men being on chads, but yet you have another man right here judging men literally on their success or failure in dating other women.
Dude, I can't tell you how many, and women have shown me too, it's like, hey, like they'll go on dating apps, like these same nice guys will go on dating apps and be like, hey, sexy.
Nice guys don't do that.
Really? You're starting off with the first line, hey, sexy?
Girls do it to me. Girls do it to me. What's the problem? Speaking of which... And you're blocked. You're blocked. Oh, hey, what do you know? We were just talking about getting sent inappropriate pictures. What just happened to me? But you know what? That girl's not going to get canceled.
Just quit now.
And now Rich says, what's happening? Just quit now. And that's what most men are doing. 70% have already quit. Another group is already saying, you know what? We're checking out. We're getting our passports. Women are already only checking for the top 20% of men. So, Rich, you just inadvertently proved that the majority of men, like I said, are invisible. Invisible. They've already given up. That's the point. That's the point those two men were talking about. Men are already given up. And if we have a society of men that have already given up, that's not good. Because again, like I showed you, give me a second right here. I gotta take a timestamp annotation. And that's the problem, Rich. Because again, all of these jobs that run our society, that keep everything going, our utilities, our lights, our roads, our air, our water, our buildings, our transportation. If guys give up, we don't have any of this stuff. Like it or not, women will say, oh, I do this for myself. Make no mistake, men do all this for women. When women get successful, they get successful and say, I don't need a man. When men get successful, they say, I want to start a family. I need a woman. When you have men that quit, give up, check out, and don't want to contribute to society, all this production, everything, our infrastructure, our economy, it's going to go down. And then we're going to have a serious problem. And that's why that man is saying, clean your room. Take care of yourself. Be a better person. Don't give up. Life is hard, but we can't just give up. It sucks being marginalized, but you gotta you gotta do something. You just can't give up. But you're up here saying you're weird, you're stalkerish, give up, just quit. You literally just said, just quit. How would that be any different than saying something about mental illness? Just quit. And I really wish you actually took the time to listen to the conversation that those two men were having instead of just complaining that they were talking about apples and not oranges, or they were talking about grapes and not kiwi, or they were talking about pears and not tangerines or something. I don't know.
Like, come on, dude. Doesn't matter if you're a nice guy. If you start off and you're fucking creepy like that, they're gonna be like, yeah, no thank you.
See? You're a nice guy. But because you don't have game, you're creepy. Oh, but they always tell us that be a nice guy. They like nice guys. That's what people are told, right? Oh, we want nice guys, right? Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but nice guys finish last isn't a meme. It's a reality.
Hey, beautiful. Oh, it's the real advice, that other idiot who was looking at my old dating profile. You know why? Because he's trying to grift to the same fucking people that Andrew Tate is. You don't start well with "Hey, gorgeous," but he would never give that advice. You know why? Because he's trying to grift to the same fucking people that Andrew Tate is.
This man did not say I was trying to grift into a group of people that follow a bald person. And if you don't know my history with bald people, yes, it's a joke. I don't really hate bald people. It's comedy. But my point is, yeah, jokingly, because that's the joke around here. I would not want to be affiliated with people that are follically challenged. Sorry, Rich. You're the exception. I'll give you the exception. You stole my boy. Let's do a quick calculation. Let's say you go on 2 dates a month, right? 2 dates a month sounds reasonable, right? I feel like any average guy, especially with dating apps and, bars, clubs, Instagram, social media, 2 dates a month, even if you're single, not in a relationship, highly doable.
Blackbond, this is not making you look good, dude.
How is it not? How are facts not making me look good? First of all, I'm already a good-looking guy. I'm already good-looking. We don't need to talk about my looks. I got all my hair. I got the beard going. I'm 6'5". I got a nice build. I'm in shape. My girl likes it, so talk to her. If it ain't making me look good, let her know.
It's making you look like you're having...
And see, once again, proving my point. If anybody talks about this stuff, acknowledges this stuff, expresses themselves like they say we're supposed to do about this stuff, you get called a loser. You get called a lame. Further proving my point. I think that's reasonable. 2 dates a month. So that's $200. That's reasonable, right?
Is he really doing this right now? Is this really a thing that's happening right now?
Bruh, you take a girl out on a date. Between you and her and drinks, you're paying $50 a person. Can we look up like an Applebee's menu or something? Let's literally look up an Applebee's menu. Man, Applebee's is trash because they don't even have a menu. Okay. All right. We'll just go with this right here. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. No, I don't want to find an Applebee's. Order some food. Man. All right. We're just going to use this example right here. We're just going to use an example right here. First of all, Applebee's. I'm not hating on Applebee's. But I probably wouldn't take a woman to Applebee's. That's just me. You want to go to Applebee's? No problem. For you younger guys, I don't think Applebee's is bad. Applebee's is an average place. But look at this. $6 spooky sips, right? $6, right? Let's say you each get a $20 meal. Right? We'll just say $20. $20 to $25 meals. Then you each get 2 $6 drinks. Right? That's not bad, right? So let's go. $20 meal plus 2 $6 drinks. It's $32 a person. 32 times 2, that's 64. Divide by 5, that's 12.8. So 64 plus 20% tip. You're around $77. You throw in 2 more drinks, so 3 drinks each. It's another 12. 72 plus 12, you're at 84. And we know you're not going to places with $6 drinks. Let's be serious. And we know most of the time you're not going to Applebee's. Let's be serious. So an average date at Applebee's is going to run you between $70 and $80. And we know most girls ain't trying to go to Applebee's, Rich.
Yeah, that's a fucking remake, Cell, man. Demon Souls, 100%. Yeah, you got to take him out to dinner, dude. He's doing math.
Yeah, math.
Yeah, you got to take him out to dinner, dude.
You got to do something? Somebody give me a restaurant so I can run these numbers. Put your restaurants in here so I can run these numbers. Let's hit up that Olive Garden. Yeah, let's hit up Olive Garden. Let's see what they got. God, why they want locations and everything? Just give me a menu. Yeah, you're looking at $20, $25 meals plus drinks. Oh, they're smart. They don't put their drink prices on. Whatever. We're moving on from this point. You get the... All right, Red Robin. We'll do Red Robin. Go and do Red Robin. Why you bring a chick to Red Robin? They even have drinks? Yeah, the issue is most places don't put their the prices of their drink menus up here because the rule on drinks is simple. If you have to ask the price, don't order it. You can't afford it. But let's continue.
A lot of dates don't work out, even if you're a good-looking dude. So what?
Nobody cares. Even if you're a good looking dude, like Rich says, so what? Nobody cares.
What are you gonna do? Like I see. No, you're not. Me. And then they think they're entitled to pussy.
Nobody said that. Nobody said they're entitled to anything. The only thing people said they're entitled to is an honest to goodness chance, meaning an acceptable chance. Meaning that why should they have to be the top 10% of anything to get a chance? Hence the literal definition of marginalized.
No, you're not. Videos like people tell me all the time, Rich, I don't need to see your face. Listen to. With George. Well, it was like a joke and it worked and you're still with her. So there you I'm glad you they'll just I would
Yeah, so that puts the average 30-year-old at close to 30 grand in debt, Rich. So yeah, you do 2 dates, $100 a month each, $200 a month. Is my stream like messing up right now? That's what it's saying. Is my stream messing up right now? Anyway, yeah, from 18 to 30, if you're spending $200 a month dating, you are going to be $30,000 in debt by age 30. I would highly recommend the young people in this day and age to save that. Save your money.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't either, because if I told women at age 30, you got to give back 30 grand. Am I still lagging? Am I still lagging? Type in 1 if it's good or 2 if you're lagging. One if it's good, 2 if you're lagging. Oh, it must be lagging. Nope isn't a 1 or a 2, people. Ah. Yeah, imagine telling a woman at age 30 you have to pay back 30 grand. They would look at you like you're crazy, and rightfully so.
30 grand in debt?
Yeah. 30 grand in debt for dating. An expense no woman has to pay for dating.
Bro, where are you first off, why the fuck are you spending 200
Why are you spending $200 a month on dating? Because yesterday's price isn't today's price, Rich. You think these average girls are wanting dudes that make $80, $100, $200, $300, $400,000 a year for you to not spend at bare minimum $200 a month? These chicks were saying they want their bills paid. They want gifts. They want lavish luxury. And you up here saying that $200 a month is too much? Yo, I'm going to tell you right now, if I could get away with $200 a month with my girl, I would feel amazing. That would be nothing. That would be that would be great. Let's see. Me and the girl go out to dinner. That's probably 100. We go out to the movies. We go out to the arcade. Maybe we go out to some kind of event. We go-karting. That racks up, Rich. That racks up, Rich. Take a vacation. Go on a trip. Go to Atlantic City. Go to New York. What you think, the world is free? Huh? Am I living in some alternate reality that Rich does not live in? Is there anybody disagreeing or thinking that what I'm saying right now is unrealistic. That spending $100 on a date between meals, appetizers, drinks, and tipping is not $100. Homeboy here is right. Two $40 meals, 20 plus on drinks, appetizers, and then tipping on a $7 bill. Yeah, you're close to 100. And then 2 dates a month. Yo, you really think that a girl is going to go for 1 date a month? 12 dates a year? Huh? Somebody tell me what state this man lives in so I can go move there.
Dude, you could go to like a decent, I'm not talking like Denny's, bro. You could go to a decent restaurant.
Bro, that's the point. Women aren't trying to go to decent restaurants, Rich. Women aren't trying to be with decent men, Rich. Decent. What's the definition of decent? What is the definition of decent? Conforming with generally accepted or respectable standards. Acceptable, standard, average, satisfactory. You just confirmed earlier that average is invisible. That average is not wanted. Now you're talking about Denny's? Rich, what? Y'all wild.
And spend like $70, $80.
Yeah, Rich. $70, $80 plus tip. You in the 100 range, Rich. And guess what else? You also driving or paying for the Uber. And you're paying for her Uber. This man is delusional. This is why I'm saying dudes that are out of the game right now can't talk about the game currently. This is like dudes in the LeBron era right now talking about the Jordan era back then. You can't do that. It's two different eras.
What women are you dating, dude?
One's in the chat, people, if your average date is close to $100. Because he's asking me what women are out there. I need to ask you, the people in this chat right now, the 81 watching. Actually, you know what? Don't put ones in the chat. Type in the average amount that you're paying on average dates. I want to know. I'm curious. I want to know. Type it in right now. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to type in the average cost of what you pay for on a date. And I'm including in your Uber if you're in the city. Your Uber and any expense. Train, subway, Uber, dinner, date, activities, food, not numbers. Type in your price. Type in your price. We'll put this on the screen right here. Type in your price. Because I'm going to say, I think 100 is average. I can easily go over 100. I can go into the 120s, the 160s. I spent 200. When me and the wife go out, it's around 100 to 200. I think 100 is modest. I think you're typically going more than 100. Less than 100 is like, hey, I don't feel like getting dressed up. Let's just watch TV and order some takeout. Come on, everybody. There's 81 people in here. I need to hear it. Type it in. Let the world know. Don't be ashamed. I know some of y'all might be broke. No, I'm just joking. You're not. So we got guys up here. 80, 120, 140, 150 to 200. 100 to 200. BC Rivers, 20 to 50. Hey, man. Keep it going. 100 to 200. 180. Paradigm's got it going on. Pay your own way. Let's go out for drinks. Shaking my head. Jonathan Johnson, 100. Young Bride, Uber's around 150. 200 for me, easy. 100, 120 to 150, 100 to 200. Like Rich, what are you talking about? This is the world we live in today. 100 is like the floor. That's the bare minimum. If you were to go out and say, I don't even have $100 to spend out on a date, girls will tell you you're broke. See if I can find this. It's not really any statistics, but the chat got me covered here, Rich. As you can see, 125 bare minimum. Homeboy saying I'm definitely broke. I don't go on many dates. Trying the process of getting a new job, but that's what it is, Rich. It's what it is. I'm sorry to say.
This is your problem. You're dating. What are you dating? These gold diggers on these apps?
Bro. Rich, you are clueless. Even if I went out by myself to any of these places, I spent $25 on my food. I get drinks. I'm spending $50 on myself. On myself. If you're on a date with a woman, you have to spend the same exact on her. So you're basically paying for yourself twice over. And women have a more expensive taste when drinking. They don't really drink beer, they're drinking wine. So if it's 50 for you, it's going to be twice as much because you're paying for another party, Rich. I don't know where you go out to eat, but that's the game. That's the rules. They're not gold diggers, that's just what it is. You may go out and eat at McDonald's, Burger King, or Denny's, but that's not what most people do.
Who are you dating? Because if you're looking for women like you showed before, you're looking to...
Bro, women that we're shown before, they're not going out on $100 dates. I'll tell you that right now. 100 is the floor, not the ceiling.
The wrong places, bro. Period.
There's a reason all these fancy restaurants are in business. Am I right, people? There's a reason. Alexa, hallway on. There's a reason why all these high-end restaurants are in business, Rich, because people are going there. And men aren't going there by themselves. Like, this is a mind-blowing, ludicrous statement that you're making. This never-ending process.
Why can't they win? It's probably because they do shit like say, hey, sexy, or they're very awkward.
Once again, being judgmental, assuming that everybody's just awkward, a creep, a stalker, or dangerous.
I don't know what to tell you. It sucks. Dudes, they're working at Walmart who get women that are 11 out of 10. I know.
No such thing as an 11 out of 10. Be real, Rich. Nope. Nobody at Walmart is dating Beyonce, Rich. Nobody at Walmart is dating Rihanna, Rich. Giselle is divorcing the GOAT, Rich. You think she gonna go from Tom Brady to some dude at Walmart? Really? Really, Rich? Okay.
Guys with six-figure jobs because they're fucking weirdos.
Rules of the... I win at the game because I fall in this 6'5" category, which is the second highest percentile. So I'm doing well for myself. It's not me complaining, but it's me showing you what this is. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not saying this stuff affects me. I'm saying this is the game. This is who it affects. See, it's funny. Like, women can go on here and talk about how, oh, I have this and that and the other, but, you know, all these women can't get what I get and they deserve better. You know, you deserve better, sis. Know your worth. And nobody bats an eye. But, you know, when a guy talks like that, oh, no. Can't have that. Can't have that at all.
He's full of crap. Even when I was married and went on dates, I never spent that. You know, like it.
Notice how he says, when I was married. When I was married. Oh, my goodness. When I was married, I wasn't spending that much. Hence why you're saying, when I was married, not that you are married. Oh, my goodness. Lord help me.
This is ridiculous, man.
It is. $30,000 in debt for dealing with bull crap. 30 a month.
This Blackbot, you had kids, you would shit yourself.
That's why I don't have them, Rich. That's exactly why I don't have them. I'm chilling. I'm good. And you know what? You bring up a good point. That's probably why BG don't have them either.
It's the cost of dating doesn't mean the chick owes you a bang. Exactly.
Nobody said that, Rich. Nobody said that. But, you know, it's funny. It's funny. Funny you should say that. Because a third of women only date men because of free food. Men aren't saying that they're owed anything. They're simply saying that, you know, they're owed that at least if they're spending their time, energy, resources, and money on somebody, that they're owed somebody that's at least interested in them and not using them. And likewise, I could say the same argument for a woman. That if a woman is giving you relations, that she would feel that she's owed a loving and caring relationship and not just being used herself. Man, woman, whatever, people don't like to be used, Rich.
Exactly.
Shared by women. This is according to a 2015 research conducted, blah, blah, blah. Among college-educated women, this number jumps to 90%. I bet you this guy's going to bring up, like, abuse, mistreatment, or some random thing. Watch, watch, watch. Gonna be the man's fault, watch.
I know stories of women who got divorces. Is it, you know why? Because a lot of these men, the women will look through their phones and it's like, who are you sending this dick pic to? Because you didn't send it to me.
Well, did I call it? Pick up that phone. I call it. I called it. I called it. I called it. And you know what's funny about cheating? Let's talk about that, Rich. Women are more likely to cheat than men. That's what the new study in 2022 says. Women are more likely to cheat than men. And going off this, why would that not be true? Because if 70% of men are struggling and don't talk to women, and a majority of men are invisible to most women, and more women have kids than men, which means that women are sharing the same men. Your audio ain't matching your visual right now. That ain't true, Rich. That ain't true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That don't add up. Let's bring in some more stuff. Research finds women are more likely to cheat in relationships than men because, as you said, women have way more opportunities. Like you said, an average woman could just walk in, say yes, boom, she got it. That even a Chad gonna take a couple hours. I don't know why you're clapping. I don't know why you're clapping at all.
Les happens both ways. Give me topless selfies. So thank you. It happens both ways.
So if it happens both ways, that's a wash. If it happens both ways, it should be 50-50. But it's not. It's 90-10. Because like earlier that was said, men have 3 to 5 reasons, women have 300 reasons. Which goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Rich, about keeping people happy. Oh, where's that chart? You're just proving all my point. That it only takes 3 to 5 things to keep men happy, but it takes exponentially more to keep women happy, which is why that divorce stat exists, Rich. Like, I don't understand why you're acting so clueless to everything that I've been saying earlier, but yet you've come around and literally proven everything I've said. Period. I really just said that. I don't know why. But yeah, that's the truth.
Thank you. It happens both ways. Like, why does it start with that? Say hello. It's not hard. How are you?
Men don't say hello and how are you? Really?
Look at their profile. Maybe ask them a question about their interest. That's it.
Look at their profile. Oh my God. This man lives in an ideal utopia that doesn't exist in reality.
Hey, baby. Hello. Hey, sexy. Sending dicks in it as the first thing. Sending tits as the first thing.
Oh, right here. Homeboy in his own chat even says average date cost around 100.
I would find that as a red flag if a woman sent tits right away. There's something off of it. Around 100. Fuck you going, bro? It had nothing to do with any of this.
You're most likely going to get divorced. And if you get divorced, you're most likely going to get divorced. And if you get divorced, you become into this 80% right here, unfortunately. Heck, you get divorced, you could become into the 61% right here at the bottom right, because you might lose everything.
Yeah, what are the other reasons for that divorce?
See? There you go. Like I said, what are the other reasons? He brings up cheating first, and yet we find out that women cheat more than men, or at worst, it's a wash. And now he's saying, but what are those other reasons? Here's a thought, if you ever thought about this. 2 people are in a relationship. Man cheats, woman divorces, gets the kids, alimony, pension, Social Security, the house, everything. Okay, cool. That's what it is. Same situation. Woman cheats. Now, what does the man do? Oh, you should say he just should get a divorce, right? But if the woman cheats and the man divorces the woman, he loses the house, the kids, alimony, pays alimony, loses his pension, has to give up his Social Security, and half of his assets. That's probably why most men stay, even though women cheat. Because whether the woman leaves you or you lose the woman, you lose everything, Rich. And because you lose everything, you've heard plenty of stories of guys just sinking and falling into depression and just not being able to find a way out.
Do people change? Do people grow their separate ways?
And who gets hurt when people change and grow their separate ways? The man.
Did the woman catch the guy fucking another woman in their bed?
You're most likely who don't invest in the game.
Can't believe you missed that, Black Bond. You wasn't even referring to that.
And all
Never, but dude, you wasn't even referring to that.
Yeah, he was. This is what they're talking about. This is the subject matter at hand, Rich. This whole totality is what the average man is going through today. Hence why people are saying men are marginalized today. The everyday rank and file man is invisible today, Rich. Fortunately, you don't see it because you just get to make a living sitting on your butt in front of two chickens making money. And I'm glad I enabled you to do it, but that is what it is. Most men can't do that. Most people can't do that. You had to bust your ass to do that. Some girl can go onto Twitch right now and eclipse you by doing 1/10 or 100th of that.
I can't believe you missed that, Black.
From being opinionated, from being emotional, otherwise they'll...
Yeah, they make jokes about the content. Did you want me to just sit there and just watch it and add absolutely nothing to it?
No, I wanted you to actually watch it and respond to the actual subject matter. Not just tear another man down because you disagree with his opinions.
Marginalized. Morgan, you talk about the incels. He starts crying. I talk about the marginalized.
There's been plenty of black people that have been broken down and crying talking about our situations. Is that an issue? Is that a problem?
And the tears come out. By the way, did I mention I have a book around the corner?
I'm not making
people life advice that it's just bizarre. It's kind of unnerving, actually, for a guy who's a clinical psychologist who's supposed to give other people life advice. It's just bizarre.
You heard him. It's bizarre for a person giving advice to be crying and emotional. But then he earlier said that men shouldn't have this expectation of being hard, stoic, solid, and unemotional and not expressive all the time. I really hope this has been a good lesson for all of you to know exactly what the average person is going through these days. Turns 18, she has all the power. There's college girls walking onto yachts. There's college girls going into VIP, hanging out with rappers, celebrities. Yeah. Walk into any club, Rich. Average girls are in the bottle service areas.
What does this have?
80, 100, 200. Their age, experience.
Oh, dude,
You're not on the football team. You're not in a frat. You're not in any of these high-end, high-network places. You're pretty much crap out of luck because all.
Oh, dude, stop it.
He literally is going to say, "Oh, you're full of crap on that."
I didn't do any of that shit in college.
Oh my God, Rich. You didn't do anything in college because when we were in college, there were no dating apps. There was no Facebook. There was no Instagram. When we were in college, girls had to hang out with the guys in their dorms, with the guys on their campuses. Now girls can go on the app with the phone and find guys that are out of colleges, that have degrees, that have jobs, that have money. Yo, when I was in college, we were playing Wii Sports, ordering Pizza Hut, having oodles and noodles, drinking Natty Ice. That's what we did when I was in college. You think a girl right now is going to do that when they can match with a dude that's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 or older, that's got his own car, his own apartment, his own money? Bro, are you serious? These girls can go into clubs for free and drink for free. These dudes go into clubs, they don't have any chance. They have no chance, Rich. Yesterday's price is not the same price. It's not today's price. Nighthawk is right. The game has changed. When you are a young man, you are at the weakest you are in life. You have no money, no game, no experience, nothing. You are not networked. You have nothing. You don't even have a car. Yet these girls with the power of the phone, social media, Instagram, and dating apps, they can go out and find established men when they are at their peak. I'm sorry, that's the truth. You can't go back and say, oh, but when I was in college, okay, cool. When my parents were in college, the game was different then too. But the game has changed. I'm not complaining about the game. I am just explaining to you the rules of the game. The game is no longer come over and watch Netflix and play Wii Sports and eat oodles and noodles or order a pizza. That is not the game anymore. Like I said, girls that are 18, 19, and 20 now can walk into any 21. Hell, they have fakes, 21 plus, whatever. They can walk into clubs, they can walk into parties, they can walk onto boats. You as a 21-year-old man cannot do any of that. You will not have a section. You will not have bottle service. You cannot do that.
And had no problems. Get lost. I'm only 5'10" too.
Only 5'10". He says only 5'10". Let's go to the height chart real quick. 5'10". What is that at? Seems to be pretty good. That's 5'10" gets you double of the average height, Rich. Only 5'10". Stop it. Stop it, Rich. Rich, you're being completely disingenuous and everything right now.
And two.
All the girls want to go after the guys in the frat. Jay Real is right. Women don't do coffee dates and walks in the park in the morning. You're 100% right. The guys that are heavily networked, the guys
Honestly, bro, like this is like a 90s high school movie.
Oh, 90s high school movie would be us. This is 2022. Welcome to inflation on the dating market, Rich.
Seriously, bro?
Those groups, whatever, has its own.
There's plenty of women that look just as good as those vapid pieces of shit that are gold diggers. Stop going for the gold diggers. Problem solved.
It's not about gold digging. 18-year-old, come over and watch Netflix. We'll eat oodles and noodles and order a pizza. 26-year-old, I got my own car, my own place, and my own money. Who's the girl gonna go with? What? One's in the chat if you think they're going for the guy that's 26 with his own place, job, and car. 2 in the chat if you think Pizza Hut and a movie and oodles and noodles is going to win. Let's see this real quick. In fact, we can end the poll real quick and put up another poll. It won't let me put up another poll. One's in the chat for car, own place, and own money. 2 in the chat for Netflix and oodles and noodles and pizza. Like, is this man really serious? This man is really serious. The 26-year-old is going to take you out to a nice dinner, a nice club. The dude in college is just struggling to pay his monthly Xbox Live bill, Rich. This is exactly why things are the way they are. Because not only are the women delusional, but the men are delusional too. But not delusional in the sense that their standards are incredible, but delusional in thinking this isn't the rules of the game today.
Fuck no, I ain't a sugar daddy. People tried to. I told them to fuck off. The women he's talking about are the ones that are like, you could be like 80 and a multi-millionaire.
No, and that woman in the interview with the bald guy stated that. They polled average women. They weren't polling supermodels or gold diggers. Everyday rank and file women. She said 300 reasons, Rich. Stop being disingenuous.
And have liver spots and they'll date you. Like, what are you doing, dude? Shit. Oh boy, Richard Masucci
reality.
is okay. I'm helping the marginalized community, but I'll attack another community.
Here we go. I'm helping oranges, but why aren't you helping apples? All apples matter. All fruit matters.
Department store. He just talked about all this other shit that's his whole thing.
All right, so this video is done. Oh boy. Rich is very clueless and out of touch with today's reality that men discuss issues and Rich ignores them. The women literally state that the issues that men are complaining about are true, and Rich says that those are a minority of women. Another woman polls women and says this is what women are like and are acting like that are average, everyday rank and file, and Rich is saying they're gold diggers. Like, bro, like, I can't anymore. And this is unfortunately another reason why a lot of men cannot talk, cannot speak, and cannot express themselves in their opinions because of people like Rich that discredit, marginalize, and will straight up completely dismiss the experience of the average man. The experience of the average man is a complete joke because women don't care about it, and even men like Rich don't care about it. Nobody cares. And the people that kind of do care won't speak up about it because those people know that there's consequences for speaking up for men. There's consequences for speaking up for average men. Doesn't matter how rich you are, how powerful you are, how many millions, tens of millions, or hundreds of millions are. If you speak about these issues, they will come for you. They will censor you. They will get you up out of here. They will attack you. They will come at you. And it's not fair. It's not right. It's not equal. Hence, it's marginalized. And, Rich is talking about, what was the word I was using? Decent. The world doesn't want decent. These people don't want decent. They look at decent and average as an insult, when average and decent should be acceptable. But unfortunately, we live in the clout chasing era, the Instagram social media glitz era, where it's unfortunate, but people can't compete. So I'm going to go over some comments and some chats. Try to read some off. We'll get up out of here. Start from the top and we'll go down. If I see anything. It's a long stream. Appreciate y'all coming out. Exceptions aren't the rule. I don't see anything doing wrong with construction. Applebee's is a step up from Wendy's. They expect you to pay for everything, but hey, they're independent. Bond, did you go to the comments section? You're lagging. Yeah, I mean, like Rich always attacks DSP and Quantum TV, which I don't understand why he does that. And also, let me get myself off camera so I can read these chats. Unrealistic standards, the points going over his head. Not all of us have 1 million subs to get several grand every month. Take her to Pizza Hut. You guys saying you're paying more than $100 per date. Alcohol in restaurants is expensive. Yeah, you can get like a case for 20, but you're paying 10 at a restaurant. I have kids, but I understand your logic 100%, Bond. No, if Rich is divorced, if that's true, that would prove even more of what I'm saying. We're from the Oregon Trail generation, Bond. We didn't even grow up with accessible internet. My ex looked for older men. Bond, Trails from Zero Stream. I already beat the game. You can watch my videos on it. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this video. Rich can call it right, wrong, whatever. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm simply reporting the facts. The grass is green, the sky is blue, the stove is hot, the street is black. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? 1 + 1 = 2. Black Bond is better than you. Like, don't know what to say, Rich, but clearly you're living in some world that the rest of us are not living in. You're speaking on experiences that are not relevant to today's modern society. When you were in college, were there even, when I was in college, we didn't even have Xbox Live yet. When you were in college, were you on PlayStation 1s? And it's like, come on, this isn't the same era. It's not. And you can't act like it is. But this stream's been going on long enough, people. It's been 2.5 hours. It was a rough start because this man was complaining about Jordan Peterson all the time. But, you know, I like to give the people some streams every now and again. Maybe I'll do some more things like this later. I don't know. We'll see. If you want something, tweet it out. Tell me what you want. I'll try to do what it is. But I'm Black Bond. Y'all enjoy your day. Enjoy your week.